Tim in year 10 from Oasis Academy in Oldham.
From what? What's Oasis Academy?
It's an academy called Oasis. And it's in Oldham.
In Oldham.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
On Monday, I had my first film studies lesson as a year 10 student.
Very good. How old is year 10?
End of primary, just checking with our young production team, 14 apparently. So I was wrong.
Just goes to show that you and I have been out of that particular thing for a while. Because all the children have now, I can't remember what age it is.
I think third year is what I'm...
Third year.
Okay.
Third year. Okay, fine.
At the end of the lesson, my teacher, Mr. Farrand, gave us all homework to go back and listen to an episode of your podcast.
That's not homework.
I listened to last week's episode and I enjoyed the banter between the two of you and the interview with James McAvoy. Since then, I've been listening to a lot of old episodes. Right now, I'm listening to the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and looking forward to new episodes. We've just started to watch... Is it... I can't remember how you pronounce this.
Go on.
T-S-O-T-S-I.
Totsi.
Totsi, there you go. That one. In class, which I'm not sure is going to pass the 6 laugh test, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a good film, but it's a tough film.
Okay, well, they're studying it in year 10.
Oh, okay.
So thank you, Timmy. We're part of the... That means part of the homework is listening to this show.
But that makes listening to this show sound like homework.
Or we're a set text. We're classic. Vintage.
Is that like Shakespeare?
We are like...
We like Shakespeare.
We are like Shakespeare.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's a certain...
I think your teacher is skiving off. I think he says, "I'm set you some homework. Go home and listen to a podcast and then tell me what you think."
Maybe the teacher was just trying to be modern. Don't read books. Listen to this thing. Anyway, so hello to everyone at Oasis Academy in Oldham, and thank you, because I think their staff are very enlightened.
Yeah, I'd like to say that it was a joke. I'm not actually in any way besmirching
Mr. Farrand.
Mr. Farrand.
Because I think Mr. Farrand works really hard.
Are you crawler?
He's spent all his life
crawler. Have you brought him an apple?
Trying to get to this point, teaching these kids. He puts all the time into lesson prep. He goes home, he worries about whether his kids have taken any notice of anything that he said. And, you know, he's one of the best teachers that they've got there.
He is.
So the last thing he needs is to be besmirched on this podcast, which he selected from all the podcasts. Did he choose Brexit Cast? No, he did not. Did he choose the Archers, Test Match Special? Poo, he said, poo to you. And that's what I will say.
Does he use that kind of language?
He does.
He does.
That's how they talk in Oldham. Come on. He chose this podcast, so we salute Mr. Farrand and all the other fine teachers at the Oasis Academy, who aren't quite as good as Mr. Farrand.
I feel that you have painted a picture with words.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, but what a better
What does Mr. Farrand look like?
Well, I think he is probably mid-30s,
okay,
but he looks younger than that. He's quite a good-looking guy. Starting to lose his hair, but he covers it in a particular way.
Has he got leather pads?
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't need that.
He doesn't need that.
Because the Oasis Academy, they're quite cool. You can wear whatever you want. So he slums it a little bit.
Okay.
So he wears sweatshirts and trainers and jeans, but they're smart.
Okay.
They're not rough. Okay. He cleans his trainers. He actually polishes his trainers before he comes in.
Box fresh, I believe, is the phrase for that. Right. We had a geography teacher,
and he wears.
Oh, you're still on this, are you?
Yeah, he wears glasses like yours.
Okay. So is it fine? So he sounds like a rakish figure. He sounds like he cuts a swathe.
I think he probably does. The cue at the next parents' evening, 26th September, it's going to be, here's the cue for the maths teachers, like 3.
Yeah.
Here's the cue for the science teachers, 1 or 2. Excuse me. Where's the cue for Mr. Farrand? It's round the block. Everybody wants to talk to him. He's the coolest guy and the best looking teacher there.